out. You know, you're right about that, but you know what I did? I did what I always do. I got back up on my feet, and I dusted myself off, and I got my head back in the game. And I watched the tape of our match. I know you better than you know you. I know what you're going to do before you do it. That's what separates champions, Magnus. That's what separates real champions from paper champions. You didn't win anything, Magnus. You didn't earn anything. You traded honor for greed. Paper champion, just like these people are chanting right now. Isn't it obvious you have lost the respect of everybody?
Oh. Sting's mind games infuriate Magnus, and the world champion slaps him in the face. And look at Sting's response.
Not feeling it, huh?
Oh, he's feeling that and that.
Well, that might have been a little ambitious for Sting. You know that EC3 is right in that ring, and that pastel little nightmare. Rostov spot. Uh-oh.
Sting beaten down. But here comes Samoa Joe.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, Joe hits the ring. Spud fails. Clothesline drops EC3. Magnus clears out as well.
Well, that was smart. That was smart by the world champ.
Gentlemen, let me introduce the man that's going to stand in my corner tonight, Samoa Joe!
Oh, yeah! Sting's got backup. Sting has somebody to watch his back. That all in the form of the Samoan submission machine.
Well, I got to say, I got to give Sting credit. I think his chances are much better now with Joe watching his back.
Well, huge news tonight here at Genesis. Sting will have Samoa Joe to watch his back. That all thanks to this new investor, whoever that is, going to be the Icon versus Magnus. It's contract versus title.
That's big. I mean, listen, this new investor, I mean, we're going to, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's kind of perplexing. It's confusing. So who knows what's going to happen? It's crazy around here, Lynn. And it's going to go down tonight. I can't wait. Steel cage match. Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle, enough said.
Up next at Genesis, the world title shot briefcase on the line. It's going to be James Storm versus Gunner. And now let's look at the history between those two.
There's one thing that I've learned that tears tag teams apart faster than anything, and that's the world heavyweight title. You know, fact is, I did walk over you to get this briefcase.
The Cowboy on the verge. James Storm is going to do it. Whoa, whoa, what the? Oh, my God. Gunner attacked him from behind just as Storm was taking down the fourth case.
I seized an opportunity that I deserved. So I say one more match. How about we hang that case back up? Because I don't think you can do it again.
The following contest is a briefcase on a pole match, and the winner must have sole possession of the briefcase. Introducing first from Atlanta, Georgia, Gunner!
So much at stake tonight throughout this Genesis event. Sting's TNA contract versus Magnus title. Angle's Hall of Fame induction versus Roode in the cage. And this match massive as well because Gunner's world title shot hangs in the balance.
Madam, what are we going to do? Samoa Joe is in Sting's corner. What are we going to do about it?
Listen, if Joe wants to insert himself in Sting's match, then we're going to have to make sure that he is physically incapable of doing so.
Brilliant, madam. That's the queen I know and love. You're absolutely ruthless. What should we put him in a match? What should we do?
Yeah, let's put him in a match. Yeah. And in the process, let's make somebody famous. Somebody, let's say his first one-on-one match on Impact in the United States. You.
Me?
Yes, you.
Madam,
I need you tonight. I know who he is. Do you know who you are? You won British boot camp. You beat every elite British wrestler that's out there.
Yeah, I beat 2 girls.
It does not matter. Tonight, you beat and you destroy Samoa Joe. Go get your gear on. Get your head in the game and get this done for me. I want you to wow people tonight, and I want you to show them exactly why I handpicked you to stand by my side. Come on, you can do this. You can do this, Spud. You can do this. Oh, please don't get killed.
Are you kidding me? I think it's safe to say Samoa Joe's going to kill Spud. Up now, the Feast or Fired case is in place. Gunner's world title shot is up for grabs.
Sorry about your damn luck. I'm a creek swimmer. Moonshine.
And his opponent from Leapers Fork, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm.
Ever since Feast or Fired, James Storm, Gunner, former tag team partners, they have been fighting for the briefcase that contains a future shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. Both men agreed tonight at Genesis that we're going to hang that case in the corner, hanging from the pole. Now, Taz, you've got to take it down, right? Take full possession of the case to win the match and earn the shot at the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's the key right there. Got to have possession. So, we shall see. I mean, this thing's been cooking up between these two. Look at that. Oh, I like that. James Storm. So, you know what? I'm going to try and pull a little quick one. And so does Gunner. That's good stuff. It's smart.
Yeah, remember back. Think about that Feast or Fired matchup with the Cowboy James Storm. He had the case right in his hands, right in his grip, and Gunner just climbed right up over the top of him and took it down and got the title shot.
And, you know, not for nothing, but Storm has been bitching and moaning about that. Ever the opportunist, in my opinion, was Gunner in that moment. It's every man for himself. You have to do what you got to do.
Interesting to watch the strategy of both of these men who know each other so very well. It's going to be a beat-down process until you can weaken your opponent sufficiently to the point where you can get a little separation to climb the pole and take down the case.
Well, yeah, that's the tough part, you know, because your opponent knows that you're trying to do that. He knows that you want to weaken him or get rid of him to get that opportunity and that separation to get up and get possession of that briefcase. And the case isn't the important thing, it's the contents that are important.
Well, you can just see how important that case is and how it's on the minds of both Gunner and Storm, because as Gunner continues the offense against Storm, he's always taking a look up at that case to see if it could be time to make the run to the corner.
Let's be honest, that case is not just a case. That case is a #1 contender opportunity for the World Heavyweight title.
Can't ask for more than that.
Correct.
This is part of the weakening process, part of the beatdown strategy as Gunner, wow, going to go all the way to the top here with Storm.
Top rope superplex, possibly.
Storm going to try and fight it off. Shots to the midsection of the rib cage of Gunner, able to stop the superplex.
Both these men are so familiar with each other. They know each other's style. And they're both similar in regards to being rugged. And guys like to just go in there and bang, man. They're not fancy fellas. That's the way they compete. Look at this now, Gunner. Big, thick powerhouse.
Whoa. Oh, all the way slam out of the corner.
Well, Gunner felt the effect of it also. Hence why he can't climb those buckles to get up there and grab his own case. Which right now, technically, is not his case anymore, right? If you think about it.
Right, it's up for grabs. And before Gunner can make his way up the corner, Storm able to hook onto his leg.
Well, everyone wants to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Everyone wants an opportunity as the World Heavyweight Champion. They have that slingshot suplex.
This is the familiarity that we mentioned moments ago, how they know each other so well. Want to get your thoughts on this new investor. I know TNA President Dixie Carter, some interesting comments about that investor, and you can check her out now on Twitter at TNA Dixie. Intriguing revelation about a new investor here in TNA.
Racking my brain. It's racking my brain. What's going on? Who is it? How is this happening? What is going on with it? It could change the face of the company. I mean, right? If you think about it.
Sure.
But now here, look at this now. James Storm, you get that little slap to his quad. Usually is the signal for you know what.
And think if he could hit that last call, if he could hit the last call super kick, as he goes for it, again, well scouted, Gunner so familiar, instead of the last call, it's Storm driven down to the canvas with authority.
Yeah, back of the head of Storm. Really hit the middle of the canvas, middle of the ring, I should say, really hard. Now Ken's gonna get up this rope here, get up these ropes, and grab that case.
see if that slam by Gunner effective enough to take down the case. And remember, you've got to gain full possession of the case.
Battling up there. Battling up there. Kind of like the same way we saw Gunner get possession initially of and get this case when he, as you pointed out, climbed over the top of James Storm. So, oh, look at this now. Both men on the top. Whoa! What?
Don't normally see that from the Cowboy.
Let's take another look at that. I mean, the Cowboy. Wow, look at that. The top rope. Head scissors. Man, look at that landing.
Yeah, but they both men crashing down to the mat. And while you would think that Storm would have the advantage here, he does have a couple of feet on Gunner. It's Storm who's slow to get up at the same time as Gunner.
Again, Mike, it shows the importance of being the #1 contender. Both men leaving their bodies on the line out here to get that case and possess it, to be the #1 contender.
Storm making his way up. He's got the case. He's got it in his hand. He's going to try and take it off the hook.
Look at Gunner. Look at this. That's not enough. Hold on. That's like a live ball, man.
I'm looking to see referee Earl Hebner.
No.
The ruling is he didn't have full possession.
You got to control it. It's like a live, like a fumble.
You're right. And it's like the case is up for grabs. It's who gets possession. Storm, he's got his fingertips on it.
Gunner's trying to beat him down and fight for this thing.
Gunner headbutts him. Gunner takes possession of the case.
Your winner, Gunner!
Wow, that was a crazy turn of events right there.
And think about it.
Storm had it. He had
again, for the second time. The Feast or Fire case with the world title shot, it slips out of the hand. It slips out of the fingers of James Storm.
Well, let's take another look here at what happened. Look at that. Storm had it, but there was a victim of electric chair. It went off his fingertips. It was like a live ball, like in football, a fumble. And Gunner able to get possession and remains with that #1 contender spot in that briefcase. I mean, what a crazy turn of events there.
Yes, Gunner's hand raised in victory. He is still the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunner has the Feast or Fire case in his possession. And still to come at Genesis, if Kurt Angle wants to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, he must beat Bobby Roode. Angle versus Roode in the cage tonight.
It's been a rough 4 months, and Bobby Roode has gotten the best of me. But if I can't beat Bobby Roode once, especially when I put the Hall of Fame on the line, if I can't beat Bobby Roode once with something that important on the line, then I don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And I definitely don't deserve to be wrestling in TNA right now.
Here's what I propose. Just so we take Velvet out of the equation, just to make sure the pigeons don't get loose, we put her ringside in a cage. So you can't force her to do anything.
No, never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. You think my girl's gonna go inside of a cage? She is not going to go into a cage.
I'll do it.
What?
You know what? I am so sick of this mess. I never wanted to be involved in the first place, but week after week, you just kept putting me in the way. You know what? It's time to find out what kind of relationship we really have. I want a man who will support me and stand up for me, not blame me. So next week, I'm putting it all to the test. Because it's going to be you versus Aries for that X title. Only this time, you won't have any opportunities to force me to do your dirty work. Because I'll be in a cage at ringside.
So since Chris Sabin aired our personal life in the ring last week, well, I wanted to air this to all my loyal fans. So this morning, I received this package from my boyfriend, and I wanted to wait and open it with you guys, so let's do it. Dear Velvet, I'm sorry for how things escalated last week. I know I pushed too far, and now you have to be in a cage this Thursday. I'm sending this gift to show that any good relationship takes forgiveness and commitment to work together. Please bring these gifts with you to Impact this week. You will know exactly what to do. Love, Chris. Okay. Oh, what a cute gift bag. Oh, and a teddy bear. And wait a minute, what is this? What is... What the...
Genesis. We're going to renew a great rivalry. X Division Championship match is now.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the X Division Championship. Introducing first from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Austin Aries.
I'm a little annoyed with this guy, Mike. I love Aries. I'm a big Aries fan. He's a friend of mine. He's a vegan. I'm going to be a vegan one day, too, right? I'll tell you this right now.
Let's not hold our breath for that.
One day it's going to happen. But I'll tell you this right now. I don't like a guy who gets in the middle of a guy and his chick. And that's what he did last week. Get in the middle of a relationship. You don't do that.
And his opponent, accompanied by Velvet Sky, your X Division champion, Chris Sabin.
Velvet, she's got a gigantic package in her hand. Well, she's holding a bag.
Yeah, Taz, that gigantic package, that must be the gift that Velvet received from Chris Sabin on Impact 365. You'll recall Velvet volunteered to be put in the cage. Austin Aries to challenge the X Division champion, Chris Sabin, the title match right after this. And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to Genesis. This is the X Division Championship match. Champion Chris Sabin, challenger Austin Aries. Sabin's girlfriend, Velvet Sky, volunteers to be in the cage at ringside. You know, Taz, last week, we saw Aries having a conversation with Velvet Sky, and it sure seemed as if Sabin was jealous.
When another guy gets in the middle of your relationship with your tomato, that's not good. That's all I want to point out. That's it. Other guys out there can relate.
No, but how about what Velvet Sky said to Chris Sabin? If you don't win, maybe I'll find somebody else.
That wasn't nice either. That's not nice for a man to hear that on worldwide TV. But Sabin wanted to air his dirty laundry with his girlfriend. He wanted to let the world hear it and see it, so I guess that's what you get.
Now think about the title matches.
I know about relationships, Mike, so I could get into this all night.
Think about the title matches, moving right along, that we have seen between these two over the course of the past several months. What's been that one constant? The constant is that Velvet Sky gets involved in all of the matches.
Well, because she knows where her bread is buttered. You understand? And Sabin pointed that out next week. So, Sabin is the X Division champion for them, the team, the relationship, the loving couple, his blushing tomato, Velvet Sky. Oh, nice. So I think when the time is right.
Watch this. Quickly floating around and going for the pin is Aries. Now Sabin's shoulders pulled down for two.
That's how fast you can move, folks. Oh, when you just eat vegetables and like string beans. Look at that.
There it is, the bridging submission.
Great job. Great job to that bridge, that submission. Listen, though, what I was trying to say to you was when the time is right, I think if the opportunity comes up, Velvet will do the right thing for Chris Sabin. Their love is that thick. I really believe that. She loves the guy.
Sabin, the champion, tossed out to the floor. Challenger Aries.
You have no opinion?
He's going to scale the corner. Let's not worry about that opinion. Let's watch what's going on here.
It's just the story. The girl, the girl's in a cage because she wanted to be in there. I'm just trying to explain, and I think she still will help out Chris Sabin. They love each other. She's trying to help. She will help, I feel, her man. That's my point.
I don't know. Maybe just Velvet Sky wants to be on her own. She finally stood up to Chris Sabin last week.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's talk about your ability to get interactive with Impact. There's the baseball slide drop kick in the corner during tonight's broadcast. As we see now, cover. Come on! And the 2 count there by the champ. Use that smartphone, iPad, tablet, computer. Get photos, videos, tweets.
Watch out,
Participate in the live Q&A as Aries crashes out to the floor. Impact Interactive now at ImpactWrestling.com.
See, now Sabin, he doesn't need Velvet Sky to help him. He's in complete control. This is why he's the X Division champion. Sure, Austin Aries is an extremely violent threat towards the X Division title that Sabin holds. So, Sabin realizes that. He could sense the urgency he has.
Watch this off the suplex, a pin, and a 2 count. So many interesting parallels between both Chris Sabin and Austin Aries. Both men becoming world heavyweight champions after using option C and cashing in the X Division title. Aries 3 times X Division champion. Chris Sabin in his TNA career has held the title 8 times.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive for sure. But this offense by Austin Aries is highly impressive. Might be on the cusp here of a new X Division champion.
Going to spring back off the middle rope, directly into the moonsault, which leads to a pin and 2.
Wow, that was close. Austin Aries, man, this guy is just the cliche, the poetry and motion cliche. That's him, man. He just gets it done.
Could it be? It looked there for a second like Aries was going to go for the brainbuster, a move that has gained him so many victories. Instead, stopped and countered by Sabin, who then gets drilled by that discus forearm shot.
He's not done. Here comes Aries, baby.
Full speed drop kick, and he rocked Sabin. Did you see the top boot? The impact as it hit Sabin in the head?
He just signaled for the brain buster, Mike.
Could be enough to weaken him.
Crown new champ.
Into the air. Blocked. And Sabin takes Aries and flings him into the corner.
Velvet Sky, the girlfriend of Sabin, if you're just joining us, volunteered to go in that cage. Oh, see?
Yeah, asking
oh,
for
there's
the bag.
There's the bag. There's the teddy bear. Where's the
weapon?
What happened to the weapon?
It's a weapon.
Oh, no. What the?
Instead, deal with Austin Aries, a double sledge off the top.
Did she drop the weapon? How did that happen?
A weakened champ is down. That's right. Aries got the teddy bear. That's the missile drop
kick. Bear, it's a friggin' handicap match all of a sudden. What is going on here?
Got the bear in the trunks.
What?
Bear in the trunks. Caught him in the corner with the drop kick. Brings him out to the middle. There's the brainbuster. Now he nailed it. Pin, cover, new champion.
Your winner and new X Division champion, Austin Aries.
Well, forget about bears. Chris Sabin might be counting sheep right about now.
And how about the role that Velvet Sky played or didn't play in this match?
I cannot believe this Velvet Sky. She's a Benedict Arnold or whatever the female version of that is. That's not right. That's not right. She swerved her boyfriend. That's not right. She didn't say.
Austin Aries now a 4-time X Division champ.
The Olympic gold medalist. He's in a must-win situation. At Genesis, it's Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode. That steel cage match is next.
Dixie Carter, Dixie Carter. The world is bought and sold by the people with the information from those who have none, like Dixie Carter, Dixie Carter.
Dixie, that being said, knowledge is power. You know us as the Wolves. You watch YouTube videos, you heard about us on Twitter. World renowned, right? Then why, oh why, would you go out there and ask the hunters of professional wrestling to dance for their meal?
I am very excited for your tryout match next week. And if you impress me, then we'll even talk about a contract.
Sweetheart, we don't dance. We dominate.
And this new investor was smart enough to know that. And that's why they made this deal.
Around the world, those who know us know not to tempt fate. But for those who don't, consider this your warning.
This is the beginning of a true genesis in this company. And we are just the start. But next week, live in Glasgow, Dixie, the investor, will be revealed to the world.
And this hunt begins.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from the huge steel cage match involving Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode. But let's talk about the huge news. The Wolves dropping that bombshell announcement. The identity of the investor, it's going to be revealed next week live in Scotland.
Very intriguing. I got to say, the Wolves have been here like 2 weeks and already they're dropping big news back-to-back weeks. This investor, we're going to see it come down in Glasgow next week. Can't wait.
Also, huge news because the most dangerous pay-per-view of the year, Lockdown. It's coming to Miami, Florida, March the 9th. Get ready, Miami. Lockdown tickets, they go on sale tomorrow. Join us in Miami.
It's win or go home. Kurt Angle trying to get Ryan Hebner to put in the 10 count. Bobby Roode allows Magnus to go to the finals of the tournament.
I own Kurt Angle. I've proven it. I am better than Angle. I can beat you any day of the week. I own you.
Kurt Angle has admitted that Bobby Roode may have had his number as of late. The ankle lock applied. Roll through by Roode. And then Roode hooks onto the rope for extra leverage, and Bobby Roode just beat him.
Bobby Roode one step ahead of Angle, but maybe Bobby Roode does have Kurt Angle's number.
Have you finally come to the realization that after months of me beating you time after time, that you just don't have what it takes anymore?
I'm challenging you to one more match.
How about when I beat you again? You never, ever accept a Hall of Fame induction here at TNA.
It's gonna be Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode in a steel cage.
What? You want me in a cage? Genesis, you and me, you're on.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is a steel cage match. Introducing first from Toronto, Canada, the X Factor of professional wrestling, Bobby Roode.
Think about it. Through the years, not many people can make the statement that they have the number of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. But the it factor Bobby Roode, he's definitely one of them, and he's had Angle's number now for several months.
I completely agree. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Everything you just said about Kurt Angle, his legacy, and about people not getting many victories on Kurt over his career. But Roode definitely has a massive momentum swing going against Kurt Angle. Kurt can't get this monkey off his back, known as the it factor Bobby Roode, man. So here we have it. Big old steel cage. Whoop-ass time. Let's get rolling, man. That's the best way to settle this thing.
Bobby Roode steps inside the steel cage and awaits the introduction of his opponent.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle!
For his legacy, for his induction into the Hall of Fame, Kurt Angle in a must-win situation. Angle versus Roode. The high-stakes steel cage match is right after this. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Genesis, Huntsville, Alabama, the location. This is the Steel Cage Showdown, postponed a week by TNA President Dixie Carter, but now we have it for you right here on Spike. Roode and Angle, Taz, so much at stake.
Be careful, don't trade too many wrestling holds here, but we were talking about the stakes, Mike.
Let's talk about the stakes. If Kurt Angle wants to ever get inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame, it's plain and simple. He's got to defeat Bobby Roode tonight inside the steel cage. And the way that you win this steel cage match, you have one of three options: pin, submission, or escape the cage.
Yeah, this is the thing with Kurt Angle. Once he gets rolling, you know, he's tough to stop. See, here you go, you got caught, now you get chucked. That's the thing with Kurt Angle. Beautiful overhead belly suplex. So many great battles we've witnessed amongst these two men. It just never gets old.
Have you ever seen an athlete in all your years in professional wrestling that's as driven as Kurt Angle?
No, I really haven't. And I've trained with Kurt, traveled with Kurt, wrestled Kurt. And I got to tell you, the man is just, his focus has never faltered. All these years, just never. He's always driven, always in the zone. But you know what? All his success, 13-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, all of that, he knows Bobby Roode has his number, and that's renting space in Kurt's head.
And this is the chance to get that out of the Olympic gold medalist's head. Angle off the punches in the corner, but taken out by Roode, who just rammed Kurt right into the side of the cage. And that was not pretty. The back of Kurt Angle's head just bouncing off the steel.
Again, think about like the attack I pointed out from last week. Bobby Roode pinpointed the upper neck and head area, back of the head and neck area of Kurt Angle. A man who's had, I believe, 5 surgeries on his neck over the years. And smart stuff.
One has to pursue, as we're watching here, just in the moves that we've seen from Roode in the past minute or so, that the focus, the concentration of his offense is going to be on the upper body, on the head, and on the neck of the Olympic gold medalist who's fired off into the corner. Look how quickly Roode comes charging in with a corner clothesline, and it's more of what we've seen, attack of Roode on the head and neck of Angle.
Well, see what Bobby Roode does so well, and I believe it's the humongous part of his success, his great career, is he shifts gears better than everybody. He knows how to shift gears, shift down, and shift up. And that's what makes him such a success.
Suplex leads to the cover.
I'm sorry, Mike, I urge all young wrestlers to, I don't care where you wrestle, here, TNA, anywhere, watch Bobby Roode do his business. Watch the way this man conducts himself between those ropes. He is, in my opinion, the man.
And I think you can say the same thing about Kurt Angle, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not discrediting Kurt, no. But I'm saying, look, Bobby Roode, there's just something about the way he does his stuff in here. His offense, his timing, his motions, his transitions. Well, that didn't work well, but you get my point.
Quick reversal. The double leg by Angle. Oh, and Roode catapulted face first into the cage. Right into the grip. And there it is. And the grip is maintained. Kurt hits suplex number 1. How many does he have in store for Roode? On the back of his head a second time. And Kurt still has his fingers grasped right around the midsection of the waist of Roode.
Well, it's well documented as long as Kurt has that grip and that clasp. No, he can do whatever he wants in the realm of German suplexing. He could have gone for another 4 or 5 there because Roode was not breaking that grip.
right in the sights of the Olympic gold medalist. He went for the angle slam, but it was the perfect counter by Rude, who then sidesteps the charging Angle, who goes face first into the cage. Kurt right back at him again. Rude hits the double R spinebuster. Quick float over. Far leg hook to chest two.
Well, see, Kurt losing his cool there for a moment. Conduct unbecoming of him when he's in the ring to lose his cool in a negative way. Kurt lost his cool after he got sidestepped, rammed into that cage, and then ate a spinebuster and almost got beat.
Look at the top of Kurt's head. See a little trickle of blood flowing from the head, and it's just a dangerous situation that you're in when you climb inside the steel cage.
Root bomb.
That's it. First step was up under the shoulders, but this time, Angle able to avoid the root bomb. Sends Rude into the cage, and this time he hits the Angle's head. Look how quickly he covers. Oh, and got two. Huge, huge news, because for the first time ever, we're bringing Lockdown to Miami, Florida. It's going to be at the University of Miami on March the 9th, and tickets go on sale tomorrow. ImpactWrestling.com. Log on now, get your packages. Join us in Miami as Kurt Angle applies that ankle lock. Ring positioning looks good at this point. Got him in the center.
Sure does. Tough position right here for Bobby Roode. Got to try and get to a rope or something.
Or use the free leg with a kick that rocked Angle. Drilled him in the back of the head.
Tremendous job right there. Excellent physicality by Rude. Rudy took the... Oh, there it is again. That's my point. To the back of the head and neck.
That's the way that he attacked him last week and what he has done throughout. And he gets a 2 count.
Mike, did you see the little thing that he did? He ripped off his elbow pad to avoid any sort of padding. He wanted his raw arm, everything, his crook of his arm to hit the back of that neck.
And now, you're right, Rude was able to drop him with that shot from behind, but Bobby Roode favoring his ankle as he tries to escape through the cage door, but he's stopped by Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt Angle realized he grabbed a hold of the boot of Bobby Roode. Bobby still not having a hard time putting some weight on that ankle. Oh, man. He's just trying, I believe, Bobby Roode is just trying to wear down Angle enough at this point to get out of this cage.
Hall of Fame induction, as well as the legacy of Kurt Angle's career at stake in the confines of the cage. One of the options for Rude is to escape, to climb his way out. He's headed to the corner, and here he goes.
Yeah, well, we can see the end of Kurt Angle's hopes of being in the Hall of Fame. Kurt Angle is up. He's going to try to stop Rude. Can he get him?
Angle able to hook on to the leg of Rude. Rude trying to fight him off, but Kurt brings him back inside the cage.
This is a high risk here, dangerous area. Both men on a non-stable part of the top rope. The further away from that buckle you get, the looser those ropes are. And they're ramming each other's faces into the steel here.
You can sense the hatred that these two men have for each other. As Angle now, repeated shots. Rude face first into the steel, and it drops Rude to the canvas.
That was a high and then hard landing from the top rope, and Angle. Well, a lot of fans here, a live audience here in Huntsville, they want him to climb out.
And Kurt now makes his way up the side. Angle now is at the top of the steel cage.
I think Kurt's going to do it.
All he's got to do is make his way down the side of the cage and get his hand raised in victory and get that Hall of Fame induction.
What is Kurt waiting on? Bobby Roode hasn't moved yet. Kurt could have won this thing already.
You're right. Bobby Roode is down and out in the ring.
Wait. Oh, no, Mike, no. Mike.
No, Kurt.
No, wow.
Come on, Kurt. Rethink this, Kurt. Oh, God. Moonsault off the top of the cage.
Oh, my God.
Angle, but Roode able to roll out of the way. But God, what a landing.
Oh, my God, that landing was sickening. I watched it right here. Let's take another look. Let's take a couple of looks at this horrific landing. Oh, man, off the top of the cage, a missed moonsault. Look at that one. Oh, man. Oh, my God. It looked like Kurt, he flipped, like he fell out of a building.
And now, cage door open, and the opportunity for Rude to exit the door and win this match.
And Rude's still hanging on, grabbing his ankle, which might be torn up in the ankle lock. Kurt Angle.
He's just a couple of feet away.
There's no way Angle could move after that horrible landing. Oh, my God. Kurt Angle's Hall of Fame.
This is just it. If Rude touches the floor,
it's over.
Rude is just inches away from touching the floor.
Look at Kurt.
Kurt's going to try and make up the ground.
He's so close.
Now, Kurt's going to drag him back inside the cage.
Where is Kurt getting this from? How is he doing this?
I think the realization just set in for Kurt. This must-win situation. Do or die for Angle.
The pressure.
And a superhuman effort by Angle to drag him back in.
He's a freaking cyborg. Angle is a cyborg for sure.
But before Kurt can get the ankle lock cinched in, free leg used by Rude to kick him off, and Rude's going to try and escape again. He's up on the top step, just a step or so away. Kurt's in pursuit.
His feet got to touch the ground.
Hands is halfway there. But you're right, your feet have to touch the floor.
Oh, no, look at this.
Ankle lock applied, and Kurt using the ankle lock, using his grip strength to drag Rude back inside the cage.
The ankle was exposed because Bobby was crawling out of this thing. Kurt grasping that ankle. How is he doing this?
God, what a match. Kurt Angle pulling out all the stops. Still hasn't been able to put Rude away, and he still can't. I thought when Rude raised his hand, he was going to tap. He was going to submit. Instead, no.
Rude Bob City, Rude Bob. Planted Angle.
Cover. Pin. Here it is. The pin. No! Kurt Angle to avoid the 3 count.
Kurt Angle, I don't know. I mean, listen, we talk a lot about competitors out here for years with intestinal fortitude and heart and toughness. Kurt Angle did a damn moonsault off the top of this cage and missed, and he's still going.
That's the superhuman effort that we touched on earlier from Angle. Crowd here in Huntsville showing their support to the Olympic gold medalist.
I gotta say,
behind Angle.
Going to this thing, I want to see Bobby Roode win this match. I gotta tell you, I'm turned. I want to see Angle win it. He deserves it.
And you saw Rude trying to get some feeling back in his leg, trying to get feeling back in his ankle, because he's going to have to use the leg and ankle strength to climb out of the cage. Certainly slowing Rude down, inhibiting his... Hey, look how quickly Kurt flies up to the top.
Kurt Angle's burst of energy. Oh, my God, look at this, Mike. Look at this. Wow. Oh, man, halfway across the ring. Let's take a look at this.
We've got to see this again.
This gigantic Angle slam off the top rope. Look at that. Oh, halfway across the ring. Good God, what physicality in this match.
Yeah, but Kurt's only halfway there. He's got to pin him. Drapes the arm. Rude gets the shoulder up before 3.
How great is this match? And I thought Genesis last week was awesome. Yeah, Genesis Part 2, just as good.
Incredible night, incredible match with high stakes. Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode fighting it out in the steel cage. Both men down at this point. So important to see who recovers first and can go on the offensive or escape the cage. Kurt tried to get back up to his feet to a vertical base, but went right down in a heap, dropped right down to his knees again.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, I mean, maybe he was just cooking on adrenaline after that missed moonsault. Now it's like maybe it's starting to settle in on his body. I mean, he is human, I think.
I'm not sure. After what we've seen tonight, after what we've seen through the years from Kurt Angle, Kurt going to try and climb his way out.
I think this time Kurt will try to escape the cage as opposed to doing another moonsault. He's trying to get out of here.
Now, Rude's got to make up a lot of ground, and he's got to do it on a bad wheel.
Oh, he's not going to catch Angle. I think Angle's going to win this thing. Look at this.
Well, they're hanging right above us here at the broadcast table.
Yeah, you're not
kidding, it is.
You're not kidding, right above us, for real. Careful here, guys. This is dangerous.
And Rude able to drag Angle off the top of the cage and bring him back in as they exchange up on the top.
Look at that backhand punch by Angle, overhand right by Rude. Another backhand hammer punches by Angle. Look at these guys just slugging it out. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Holy crap.
How about the way that Kurt just reached out that time with the left and hit him right in the midsection, doubled him over, and crotched him on the top rope.
Oh, my God. Bobby Roode landed really, really ugly hard on his groin, and now Angle, he's got the opportunity.
This is your chance, Kurt. This is it. Angle now up at the top of the cage. Got to scale his way down the side of the cage. Feet have to touch the ground.
He's so close. His body's got to be so fatigued.
Keep your eyes on Rude.
Look at Rude.
Across the other side.
It's a race.
It is a race. It's Angle down the side of the cage. Rude going to try and go out the cage door.
It's a race.
Kurt hit the floor. Kurt hit the floor.
Your winner, Kurt Angle.
Oh, my God, what a match. That was unbelievable. Great stuff right there. Holy crap. How did Angle do this? The pressure was on this guy. He turned me during this match. The pressure was on him. And the guy, he hit it out of the park. His Hall of Fame hopes are still there. And this guy here, Bobby Roode, like him or not, he's busting his ass out here.
You're right. As a result of that, the doors to the Hall of Fame are open for Kurt Angle. Taz, let's go back. Let's review some of the incredible moments in this steel cage match.
Well, we knew there would be an immense physicality amongst these two men, and we told the story. We explained to everyone that Kurt Angle has had such a difficult time getting a victory in such a long time on Bobby Roode. The physicality was insane. And look, we keep seeing that. The missed moonsault off the top of the cage by Angle. Unbelievable. What an amazing cage match. Congratulations to both men in my book. Kurt Angle, the victor.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, because still to come tonight in Genesis, it's the title versus the contract. Sting puts his TNA contract on the line as he challenges Magnus for the World Heavyweight Championship. TNA Maximum Impact 6 Tour officially kicks off next week. Look for us in the following cities: Dublin, Ireland, Glasgow, Scotland, Manchester, England, London, England, and Birmingham, England. Join the superstars of Impact Wrestling for World Tour events in Battle Creek, Michigan on February 7th and DeKalb, Illinois on February 8th. Take it, Taz.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow for the first ever lockdown pay-per-view in Miami, Florida at the Bank United Center at the University of Miami on March 9th. Fan interaction and travel packages are available right now. Be sure to check out ImpactWrestling.com for tickets and details.
Spud, you got a minute?
Yeah, sure. I got a minute. I got two if I'm lucky, if the bell rings, so why not? Yeah.
Oh, is that any way for a champion to talk?
You talking to me?
Do you see anyone else in this room?
Well, no, sir.
Do you see anyone else in this room?
No, sir. No,
Now
sir.
look at me. Look deep into my beautiful brown eyes, and I want to tell you something, all right? Auntie showed me that you are indeed a champion, because you're a British boot camp champion, okay?
You watched it all?
I watched a good 5 or 10 minutes, and you know what I saw in those 5 or 10 minutes? You know what I saw? I saw a man with a fire in his heart, a pizzazz in the ring, a charisma unbeknownst to anyone else, okay? Kind of remind me of this man they call the American Dream. But I look at you and, I mean, you're more svelte and a little tidier. You're not the American Dream. Nah, you're the British Dream.
British Dream?
The British Dream.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're not taking the guys, sir.
I only give girls. I'm telling you with the honest truth, all right? And I look deep into your eyes again, and I see something. I see a fire and pizzazz, and I see just a blinding rage ready to unleash on the world. I see you silencing every critic you have tonight, and it's going to start with Samoa Joe. And here's what you know about Samoa Joe. You know, 2 weeks ago, we took out his knee with a wrench, so you know his weak point. Yes, we did. You know his weak point, but you don't even need his weak point, because they criticize you. They say you're a little too small. You're too small to be a wrestler. You're too small. You're not small. You're fierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fierce like a lion.
I'm fierce. I'm massive, sir. Yeah.
No, you're not, but you're fierce.
Yeah, fierce. Fierce.
Let me hear your lion's roar.
Ah.
I said, the king of the jungle roars. Come on, let me hear a roar. Ah! 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 Bless you, kid.
Well, EC3 firing up Spud. Like that's going to help. And was that the kiss of death? Here's the World Tag Team Champions.
Yes, all this right here. Need I remind you, we're hashtag Team Dixie. And we're having a bro moment right now for the Asians. Because you only bro once. It's not YOLO. No. It's hashtag Yo Bro. Seriously, everybody, grab your cell phones right now. Grab your cell phones, take some pictures, and let's tweet something right now to remember this moment. Right now. Because that's guaranteed. Whoa, Jesse. That's not guaranteed. That's hashtag bromanteed. Because the bromans are running things in 2014. Hashtag bromans rule the world.
Okay, stop the pain.
And DJ Zima, when you cash in your briefcase, you're going to be the next X Division champion. Hashtag best X Division champ of all time.
Okay, enough about me. You're making this brown boy blush. Let's talk about Robbie, though. Let's talk about Jesse, though. Not only are they champions of looking jacked, looking tan, champions of also the greatest World Tag Team Champions ever. So Eric Young, you and that hashtag cupcake eating champion Joseph Parks, you boys are going down with the Bro Down. Boom! Burr, 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 burr.
Hashtag bad annoying promo.
Well, that hashtag overkill interrupted by Eric Young. Enough's enough. Fortunately, here comes Showtime. Here comes EY.
I never thought I'd be happy to see this knucklehead, EY, whatever I was called him, but just running right into the battlefield. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Eric Young, his team in line for a shot at the World Tag Team Champions next week live from Scotland. But EY trying to send a message 1 week in advance.
Well, looking like Wildfire Tommy Rich there for a minute.
Fired up.
Well, he better pick up his britches there. I'll tell you what. What's his name? Better pick up his britches there. Ooh, oh, Seema high on DJ Seema. It's a nice drop kick, though.
Well, the exuberance of Eric Young. Short. Well, not Joseph Park, but a monster named Abyss.
Oh, buddy. Hashtag big problems for the bromance.
Hashtag run for your lives.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh!
Double clothesline from the monster. And there goes Jesse for the choke slam.
I don't want to talk about Black Slam. DJ Seema. It's bad. He's wearing white pants, too. Oh, man.
Barely.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I've seen his ass kicked just wearing those pants like that.
And to the shoulders. The shock treatment.
God. Should have stayed behind the turntable. Well, the mad scientist himself, Eric Young, he's got that hookup with Abyss, that connection.
Wait. Mad scientist? Can he control the monster?
Ooh. That was close. You got to see. EY's got to be careful. You got to get, but you should deal with this monster. He's unstable.
That situation between Abyss and Eric Young may have changed a little bit.
Well, you know what they say, Eric Young. You get a little too close to the fire, you could get burnt.
Joe, can we get a quick update on your knee?
My knee? My knee is fine. I've never felt better, and I've never felt more ready. Let me make this clear, Magnus. Last year, I watched you go from my brother, my comrade in arms, to a sellout, to a scumbag. But it's okay, because I'm not surprised. I've been through too many wars. I've bled too much in that ring to be surprised by anything. I have had the knife sunk into my back, and I've held it in my hand. And tonight is about a new era. Tonight is about Genesis. And in my Genesis, I seek to send a message. And the purest communicator is pain. Spud, tonight you will bear my message. And the world will know that I am Samoa Joe. I am the Samoan submission machine. And my path of destruction starts with you.
Sting, we could lose him. You lose Sting, you're losing the cornerstone of your company. I tried to talk him out of it. He wouldn't go for it. Sting wants to do this. He says it's under control. He has Samoa Joe by his side, but it's not enough. I really believe Sting is making a mistake. If he loses, we might never see Sting again.
I want you to look right in the camera, and, you know, this might be the last opportunity that you ever had to give Sting any type of advice and try to talk him out of it or whatever. Why don't you look into that lens as if you're talking to Sting and speak from your heart?
Sting, so many people in this company love you. We know how important you are. If we lose you, man, Sting, I love you. All I can say, I wish you the best. I hope you win tonight. If you don't, goodbye.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first Impact Wrestling's Chief of Staff, Rockstar Spud.
At the insistence of our TNA president, Dixie Carter, Rockstar Spud has to come out to the ring and go one-on-one against Samoa Joe, all in an effort to take Samoa Joe out so that he will not be in the corner of the Icon Sting later tonight in the huge showdown against Magnus.
For those that don't understand, this young man is, he's a licensed professional wrestler. He knows what he's doing. See what I mean? Except for that part.
He was a TV show winner in British boot camp, remember?
Yeah, well, his boot just got caught on the camp of the middle rope.
He's got a wrestling background. We'll see.
I didn't say he could walk well, but he could definitely wrestle pretty good, but he might be overmatched right here. You think? A little bit.
And his opponent from the Isle of Samoa, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Now, I tell you what, man, he's been telling me what's going on backstage like earlier tonight with Rockstar Spud. He's been getting all fired up, all amped up, all geeked up, thinking that he actually has a chance to beat this guy, Samoa Joe. So in his mind, he's kind of getting fired up. Tell you what, Rockstar Spud, you might be in trouble in this match.
Yeah, he comes face to face with a wrecking machine, with the Samoan submission machine, and you know that Joe's not going to back down from Spud at all. Take your shot.
Joe showing no respect for Rockstar Spud, saying, go ahead, I'll turn my back. Yeah, well, that's, that's not really too smart of Rockstar Spud to just grab Samoa Joe around the waist like that.
And we're going to see how far that success in British boot camp goes.
I tell you, I respect this intensity. Well, that flurry didn't do that much. This guy's all fired up. Look at that. See that chop? I think I just saw his areola fly over my head.
See the chop, you can see the imprint. Oh! The imprint of Joe's hand, his arm across the chest of the Chief of Staff.
Well, look at this now. Just his face is just getting rearranged. Oh, my gosh.
Face marks the corner repeatedly.
I thought he kind of resembled. I can see it how nasty that was. Whoa. I wish we had that in slow-mo. That'd be great. Look at Rockstar Spud, man.
He's going to go high risk.
Oh,
and you can mark that under 0 reward.
Oh, no, it's going to be a bad landing. Anything. Look at that. Wow. The Spudster.
Just exactly what you'd expect. Cheap shot, blink of the eyes by Spud. And,
wow.
I mean, if he's able to connect with a couple of those drop kicks, he can get Joe off his feet. If he can take Joe's legs away.
He's a cornered, trapped little rat. So he's desperate right now, so he's showing some stuff here. Well, he's showing.
Not that much stuff.
He showed a little stuff. And I think his small intestine just fell into his large intestine, and now his teeth are being removed from his face.
Series of high knee lifts into the head, into the face. It's going to set up the muscle buster out of the corner.
Time's over.
Bam! Off the muscle buster. There it is. Joe going to lock it in. Rear naked choke. Spud taps immediately.
Can't blame him.
Your winner, Samoa Joe.
Choked him out. Quick. Swift.
And now, yeah, we know Samoa Joe is going to be at full strength to be in the corner of Sting in the huge matchup against Magnus, and that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Magnus! Tonight, you face Sting one-on-one. And Dixie, if you or any one of your boys in Dixieland has a problem with it, you have to go through me.
You've got to go through Samoa Joe. We'll see what happens. Showdown is up next. It is now time for our Genesis main event, and it's more than the world title on the line. It's Magnus Championship versus Sting's TNA contract. Stakes are high. All nothing for the Icon. Sting comes to the ring. He knows that Samoa Joe is going to be in his corner for this matchup, all in an effort to become World Heavyweight Champion. But what a gamble it is for Sting.
Oh, very big gamble. As we've been pointing out, this could be the very last time that we see that man, the Icon Sting, here in TNA.
The new TNA investor. Identity to be revealed live next week from Scotland. He's the one that allowed Samoa Joe to be in the corner of the Icon Sting with the World Heavyweight Champion Magnus. He countered by making this match no disqualification, no count out, must win by pin or submission.
Well, I gotta say, whomever this investor is, I think it's kind of a good move. It's just my opinion. I mean, to make this thing as even as possible. I'm not sure. I don't want to be. Look, I'm hoping Magnus wins. Don't get me wrong, but having Samoa Joe out here watching the back of Sting, I get it. I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to send it to mid-ring, where our broadcast colleague, JB, Jeremy Borash, will set the stage for this huge main event. Take it, JB.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Genesis main event title versus contract for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Mr. Brian Hebner. And now, from Huntsville, Alabama, it's time for your main event. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in this morning at 250 pounds and comes to us from Venice Beach, California. He is the challenger, the Icon, Sting. And now, introducing, standing to my left, he weighed in this morning at 245 pounds and proudly represents his home of the United Kingdom. He is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is Magnus.
Importance of this world title versus contract match, to me, reflected in the pre-match comments that we heard earlier tonight from Sting. Sting talked about going back, watching the tape of a previous match against Magnus, and Sting senses that he sees something by watching that tape that he can use to defeat the champion.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be careful if you are Magnus, the world champion, right there, because if Sting says that he's watching tape, which I'm sure he means, he's watching DVD. Not many are watching tape anymore, but I got his point. If Sting sees a weakness, he will exploit it. He's that good. He's that talented. He's that savvy. He's that much of a successful veteran. He's a Hall of Famer.
And at the same time, you also know that Sting has watched Magnus very closely. A lot of matches when these guys were members of the Main Event Mafia.
And one of those members of the Main Event Mafia is the man on the outside watching Sting's back in Samoa Joe. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of history here between these men. As Joe has reported out, making sure everything's all good in the hood for Sting.
Powerful. Shoulder block flying off the ropes by the champ. Magnus, head of steam. Cut off by the Sting back elbow.
Sting, see, the thing with Sting, you know, he doesn't make many mistakes. You know, he's very intelligent in between the ropes. He understands when and when not to go for certain moves and hit certain moves. And Magnus, he might have backed himself in the corner, you know, and it might end up eating his own words here by giving the opportunity to Sting that he's giving him here.
Listen to the chant that we hear from the crowd here in Huntsville, Alabama. The paper champion chants also reflect what Sting has said over the course of the past several weeks as he gets inside the head of the champion.
I don't know. I mean, I would want to think that Magnus, a world heavyweight champion, very intelligent, you know, young athlete, I would think that he's smart enough not to let those chants and that kind of, you know, rubbish get in his brain.
Really?
That's what I think of Magnus. Yeah. I mean,
seen some interesting reactions from Magnus. when he's been called a paper champion, when he's been called a farce.
Well, that's not really. Would you like being called a farce? That's not very nice. I mean, you know, those are hurtful words. He's getting hurt with his word, with people's words.
Confident look on the face of the challenger Sting.
I'm the real world champion.
So now Magnus trying to jockey here, maybe go for a little test of strength or something. Nice, well-placed knee. And you got to look at Magnus, how confident he is that he's going to give Sting this opportunity, because Magnus last week pointed out here that, you know, listen, hey, Sting, you lost the opportunity to become world champion ever again. That was part of an agreement.
Sure. In
a match you lost. I believe it was Slammiversary, correct?
Yeah, contractually, Sting not obligated to get a shot, not allowed to get a shot, rather, at the World Heavyweight Champion, but Magnus agreed if Sting would take the gamble, if Sting would risk his career, that he put the title on the line.
Well, right there, went for the Scorpion Death
Sure
Drop.
did. Oh.
It was nice positioning by Magnus. Even though he just ate that elbow, he got out of that death drop that almost nailed him, meaning Magnus.
Magnus ducks the clothesline, and oh man, meet mid-ring. What a collision that was as both went for the clothesline and both connected.
Hold on now.
Keep your eyes on the ramp. TNA President Dixie Carter sending down her nephew, EC3, towards the ring as he comes face-to-face with the man who's watching Sting's back, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but it's Magnus rules. I mean, yeah, Joe's watching his back and probably hurling some threats at Magnus.
Face-to-face, EC3 and Samoa Joe. Will Sting become the World Heavyweight Champion? Or is this the last match of Sting's TNA career? The answer when we return. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Genesis main event. Sting double leg. Gonna try and go to the Scorpion Deathlock. Steps over and applies the submission hold. Sits down on the submission. Referee checking to see if Magnus is gonna tap. Wait a minute. Who is this? I see bad influence.
Bad influence.
Yeah, I see Daniels and Kazarian coming out with EC3. And Daniels and Kazarian take Joe to the far side, and then EC3 slides in. But remember, this is no disqualification.
And that's it. I mean, Magnus rules the way he laid it down.
Yeah, obviously, in an effort to exploit this exact kind of a situation here. No disqualification. Joe in the ring, and Joe dropping bodies.
Wow, Joe really, he's taking out both bad influence members. EC3 just said something, Magnus, let's go, we got him. Again, no disqualification.
Yeah, wow. Referee's hands are tied. Nothing Brian Hebner can do. And Sting fights back out of the corner. Hits the double clothesline. Tosses EC3 out to the floor. Oh, here comes Joe.
Samoa Air. Oh, let's take another look here. The big man Joe, look at that. Wow.
Series of shots, one after the other by Sting. He's got Magnus. Fires him out of the corner. Big hip toss.
And Magnus still in control. Look at this.
Sting up into the air. Sting able to float over, and there it is. Scorpion death drop. He pulled it out.
Look at this. Looks like Zima Ion, DJ Zima.
Yeah, pulls the referee out. Sting should be the world champion right here. Sting would have had the recount.
People out.
And again, no disqualification rules here. And now the Bromans, the World Tag Team Champions, they come from the back. And you just have to sense, you just have to know that the TNA President, Dixie Carter, she's the one that's pulling the strings. She's the one that's orchestrating all these people to come out here.
And now look at this. Magnus. Well, look, I guess you got to look at it like, Dixie Carter trying to trump this investor, whoever it is, that's throwing monkey wrenches in her game plan.
And now, the numbers game. Look at this attack. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely, look at how many guys are just beating up on Sting.
Daniels, Kazarian, the Bromance.
I mean, it's crazy.
5-on-1 in the corner.
Yeah, well, he's in deep, grave danger here. Sting, again, no disqualification, so it's all legal.
Whoa. Check out the ramp. Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle flies down.
Kurt Angle. Look at that, the Bromance Tag Team Champions. They get right on Angle.
Look at the clothesline, and Angle takes out both Bromans. Oh, Daniels for the ride. And the suplex for Kazarian.
God, that was a nasty German ass. Zima, you're in trouble, buddy.
Kurt Angle just tossing people all over the ring. Angle slider for Kazarian. This is the way that you even things up.
Really, just insane amount of offense by Kurt Angle, completely in the zone.
And
clearing the field.
Yeah, now clearing the field, and now it boils down to one-on-one. Enough of this interference. Let's settle it between Sting and Magnus.
Well, Sting right there cutting off Magnus. Magnus had some bad intentions in mind. Now what? Big time superplex.
Top and Sting hit it. Superplex off the top. Sting. Whoa, Sting's going to go for the cover. No referee.
Where's the ref?
The referee slides in. 1, 2.
Got him.
But no, just 2. How did Magnus get the shoulder up?
And I'm saying this, our world champion's the real deal. You can say paper champion all you want. Here it is. Tough as nails.
Oh, and the Stinger splash in the corner. Contact made with the referee. Magnus slid out of the way. Watch out, Sting. Watch out. Magnus. Oh, Sting catches him in midair.
Right, the Scorpion.
And now he
Look at
applies
this.
the Scorpion. Turn it over. We got a new world champion right now.
You got no ref. You need a ref out here. Sitting back. Oh, my God.
Way back. Putting all the pressure. Magnus is tapping. Magnus is tapping.
That's Bobby Roode. That's definitely not a ref.
Oh, God, again. Not again, Bobby Roode. A vicious, lethal shot from behind.
The it factor makes his presence known.
It's just like he did with AJ Styles a couple weeks ago, right?
You're not kidding. One and done. One and done if you're the it factor. Still not putting all his weight on that ankle from the ankle lock. Earlier by angle.
Sting is down, barely moving. Magnus just using the ring ropes to hold himself up at this point.
Still don't have a referee in this ring here.
Sting gets to his feet. Magnus hits the driver.
Where's the ref?
It's Dixie Carter dragging senior official Earl Hebner, pulling him by the shirt, forcing him to come to the ring.
I'm not doing this. I'm not.
Straight up direct order to get in the ring and count.
Sting's down. Magnus covers. Earl forced by Dixie Carter to count 1. No!
Sting's going to be gone. Sting is going to be gone forever. Wow.
3.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Magnus.
She did it again, Taz. She did it again. And there she has the paperwork. She has the contract of Sting in her hands.
Well,
think of what we've just witnessed here.
I know. I mean,
it's not only Magnus retaining the World Heavyweight title. I mean, that's just part of it.
Well, but no contract for Sting.
The icon, the first person inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame, and his contract being shredded, ripped up by Magnus.
That's what Magnus said last week he would do if he was the victor, or when he was victorious. He was so confident he would rip up the contract that TNA President Dixie Carter was contemplating giving Sting.
A whole new level of disrespect exhibited by Magnus as he tears up the contract and just drops it on Sting.
Like it or not, those are the 3 folks in the ring that are driving this machine. The World Heavyweight Champion right there, TNA President Dixie Carter and her nephew.
And think of what we've seen tonight at Genesis. It's the end of an era in TNA.
But the investors exposed next week.